From the moment Mr. Bean walks in, the entire show belongs to him. Here are some of his greatest moments.
Funny, I'll do it. So he stands up, and he's standing up, and he sits down. It's just that kind of thing.
A fan refuses to believe he's the real Mr. Bean.
And he came up to me after a while and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?"
Rowan Atkinson shares his hilarious idea for how Mr. Bean was supposed to end.
It was this idea for the last, which we may never do, the last episode of Mr. Bean, is that he's driving along a country lane extremely fast in his Mini, and he sees this spaceship landing in a field, and he stops the car, and he looks out, and he thinks, what's that spaceship doing there? And he drives into the field with his Mini, and he stops outside the spaceship. And he looks around, and he looks up, and suddenly the door goes... and this bright light comes out of the spaceship. And Mr. Bean walks out of the spaceship.
Of course.
And then another Mr. Bean walks out of the spaceship. And he sees Mr. Bean and they all shake hands.
The audience couldn't stop laughing after Rowan Atkinson said just one sentence.
Now, as the more perceptive of you have probably realized by now, this is hell. And I am the devil. Good evening. But you can call me Toby, if you like. We try to keep things informal here, as well as infernal. That's just a little joke. Murderers, over here, please. Thank you. Looters and pillagers, over here. Thieves, if you could join them. And lawyers, you're in that one.
Rowan shares and recreates the silent comedy act that started it all.
And I just sort of, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card that hadn't got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper. And I came out just going...
Rowan hilariously explains why he wouldn't want to have dinner with Mr. Bean.
Do you like Mr. Bean personally?
No, I don't. I think he's a horrible man, really. I mean, funny to watch, but you've got to keep a polite distance.
Yeah,
I think,
right.
Because he's sort of dangerous, really. I mean, people say, oh, wouldn't it be funny to have Mr. Bean to stay or to dinner,
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if you could watch through the window of somebody's house while
right.
Mr. Bean was having dinner inside, that would be fun.
Rowan's funniest facial expression demonstration.
And the problem is that you don't... one doesn't like to be labelled a face puller because you feel as though if you have got a face that, that's malleable and can go like that, you can twist about. That you feel that people are going to assume that you're just, that's all you can do, and if in doubt, go, and someone will laugh. But you don't want that, so I try and use it in a characterful way, so that every character has his face, and it tends to be different from some other characters. But But yes, it's funny how sometimes when you're asked a question and you can't remember what the question was halfway through the answer.
The end of the sentence, it was...
Proves how blind and stupid Dennis and his party are. You know, I wonder if you know anything about economics at all.
Mr. Robbins, your view.
Well, now that Michael has allowed me to get a word in, I have to say I've never heard such rubbish. And to think that this man is in the government is quite frightening. I resent that snide remark. That's exactly the kind of thing I have come to expect from your kind of politician. My kind of politician. If only the public knew to what depth some people will stoop when they enter the house. This is the kind of politician who will be greatly missed.
Mr. Bean hilariously explains the biggest difference between England and America.
What do you think about Norwegian whaling?
Well, it's a very controversial subject. I think it depends on the individual whale. Because some of them are very nasty. Horrible things. They steal food from other whales and they and there's mugging, you know. Some whales go around mugging other whales. They knock them on the head and steal all their money and people like that, you know, deserve a good spank, you know, deserve sorting out. But then there are some very nice whales. I mean, really nice ones. I would willingly have some whales round to my house for tea. They're really, really nice.